All right, let's start with the latest that we are tracking in terms of what's happened at the twin mosque attacks in New Zealand, where Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has said in her office one of the recipients of an email from the suspected shooter before the fateful terror attack. Jacinda Ardern's office reportedly received the gunman's so-called manifesto just 9 minutes prior to this deadly terror attack, and they promptly acted on it within just 2 minutes. The email was reportedly sent to more than 30 different recipients, including to several media outlets in the country. Listening.
I was one of more than 30 recipients of a manifesto that was mailed out 9 minutes before the attack took place. It did not include a location. It did not include specific details. I'm advised that within 2 minutes of its receipt in at least my office, it was conveyed directly to Parliamentary Security. But the assurance I want to give is that had it provided details that could have been acted on immediately, it would have been. But there unfortunately were no such details in that email.
All right, so that was New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern there. Meanwhile, the New Zealand's Police Commissioner Mike Bush is just addressing a conference. Let's listen to what he has to say.
That we train for things like this, hoping we never, ever have to respond.
What gun did the accused use? We understand it was an AR-15. Can you confirm?
So that's all part of the ongoing investigation, but I think it's already in the domain that the offender has used a number of firearms, including semi-automatic weaponry.
Do police know who sold the offender his weapons?
We're still working through that process.
We understand that a hunter who visited the gun club that the accused frequently visited had some concerns about extremist behaviours at the club. Were police aware?
That commentary has come to us, and we are exploring that. We will speak to those people. We would anyway, as part of the investigation, and anything that comes to light like that, we will be sharing.
The person said that they brought it to the police's attention at the time. So
I'm also aware of that, but I'm not aware of whether or not that is actually true. So we're working through that as well. So it's important when we know the answers to that, we share them with you.
How many victims will be returned to their families tonight?
So we hope, I think you heard the Chief Coroner today saying, we hope to have at least one of those victims returned tonight, and the process will build momentum. You also heard her say that the most important thing is to ensure that the identifications are done to 100% certainty, and that's what the process will ensure.
And you've spoken about a heightened police presence tomorrow, but what messages of assurance can you give the public as they do return to their lives?
That if we believed there were threats that needed to be managed, we will do so. But at the same time, we will be highly visible on the streets, in neighbourhoods, businesses, schools, places of recreation and sport, and even in the air, to ensure that people can and should go about their lives.
Have more resources been committed then down to Christchurch for that?
Absolutely. We have in excess of 200 extra police staff doing a number of roles. I've been talking to the District Commander, John Price, to ensure that he has every available resource so he can deploy them in a way that makes people feel safe to go about their business.
How long should we expect for something like that amount of resource to be there for?
We'll keep you updated on that.
A member of the Muslim community has, in Christchurch, has sent news up a video of a man appearing to be a white supremacist. And the community says that he has been harassing them and was arrested after the attack and then released. Are you aware of this?
I'm aware of something that you might be talking about. I think you've got your chronology wrong, if we're thinking about the same thing. And there was a person dealt with some days ago, and they have been posting online, but I think you have your chronology incorrect.
Are we done, everybody?
There was a 50th victim that came out not long ago. How were they missed?
I talked to that this morning. I need to be really sensitive in terms of what's occurred, so I don't want to be descriptive, but there were a number of victims, as you know, at Deans Avenue Mosque. It is understandable how they were missed, amongst others.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for your time.
All right, so that was New Zealand's Police Commissioner Mike Bush there addressing a press briefing, speaking about the sequence of events and also talking about the evidence that the police has been able to collect so far, and also the evidence, circumstantial evidence, if one could so put it, because there was also this aspect of the shooter who's now been arrested, his behavior, which was in fact noticed to be a little unusual in one of the shooting ranches that he had earlier visited. And prior to that, the Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, also addressed a media briefing where she said that there were a series of emails that had in fact been sent out by the attacker. She herself had been sent out an email just 9 minutes prior to the attack unfolding at one of these mosques, and she said that there was very little time that her administration in fact had in terms of preventing the attack. Meanwhile, 5 Indians are said to be amongst the 50 people who were brutally gunned down in the New Zealand mosque shooting on Friday. The Indian High Commissioner has tweeted confirming the death count of the Indian nationals, releasing their names as well. Now, the High Commissioner of India has in fact tweeted, and I quote him here, "With a very heavy heart, we share the news of loss of precious lives of our 5 nationals in this ghastly terror attack in Christchurch." The tweet also mentions the names of those who were killed in this terror attack. Now, the Indian High Commission has also announced that New Zealand's Immigration Department has set up a dedicated web page to expedite the visas of family members of the Christchurch victims. The Chief Minister of Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan, has also confirmed yesterday about the death of a 25-year-old woman who hails from Kerala. The second man to have succumbed to his injuries is said to be an individual called Musa Wali Patel. Suleiman, his brother Haji Ali Patel, have confirmed this, saying that he died after having battled severe injuries due to gunshot wounds in the hospital. And the family of a man named Faraz Ehsan has confirmed that Faraz died while undergoing treatment in hospital. Ehsan was reportedly injured in the shootings at the Al Noor Mosque in Christchurch in New Zealand. Now, the Pakistan High Commissioner has also confirmed the deaths of at least 6 Pakistani nationals who were killed in these deadly mosque attacks by the gunmen. The Pakistani envoy has also mentioned that they've been trying to determine whether the other 3 missing Pakistanis are amongst the fatalities in the mosque attack. Now, the Pakistani High Commission in Wellington is in fact helping New Zealand government to assist the families of the victims in procuring visas if required or a repatriation of the bodies back to Pakistan.